Howdy howdy, this is Blue Otter and today we're looking at FiresOut. This is a co-op firefighting game where you play as animals, where you are fighting fires using a toilet goldfish. You are going to rescue victims and somehow make everything worse. It's fine. Probably. The dev is Dreamonaut Studio and I would like to thank them for providing me with a key. The game begins with a tutorial, which I highly suggest, as it will walk you through all the parts of how to move and interact with the game.
Now, let's start with the basics. Movement. You're walking. Science says that's step one to becoming a hero. A wise man once said, if someone blocks your way, just jump. Nice. Now see that axe over there? Pick it up and give those punks blocking your path a taste of SHIT. Why use a broom when you have an axe to clean a room? My holy moly, the fire monster again. Quick, get out of there as soon as possible. Congratulations for not getting cooked. Now, meet your new partner on this job, Mr. Glug. I think he said hi. Now, carry Mr. Glug together. Good job! Now carry Mr. Glug and move on to the next area. Now you have arrived at your final test, the most important objective of all, saving victims. Extinguish the fire and carry the victims to the rescue zone. Good job, intern. Neighborhood's on fire, all thanks to a flame brain monster. Gear up, intern. Prove you're not just here for the free snack.
Each level begins with a general overview of the map. So you can see the house, you can see where the victims are, you can see where the fires are, and then you can also see where the rescue zone is. The goal is to get all the victims into the rescue zone. You do not necessarily have to care about if the house burns down because the victims are priority one. Now you do have 2 fire axes that are used to chip away at different furniture items, as well as Glub Glub, the fish that you can aim water at to put out fires.
But next time, let's get more foods off the grill. Neighborhood's on fire, all thanks to a flame brain monster. Gear up, intern. Prove you're not just here for the free snack.
Each level introduces a new concept or obstacle. In this level, we have an elevator that takes us up to a 2nd floor. In addition to continuing to put out fires and breaking down objects, we also have a swimming pool and glass that we're going to be able to break and potentially jump out through windows. So just a total chaos, and we're only on level 2.
Let's keep more folks off the ground. There, in this economy, just to reach skip leg day with the fancy elevators.
Level 3 introduced the concept of a meteor, so you have to actually go in, and the first thing you're going to be doing is you're going to be breaking up this meteor, and the meteor does give off heat, so you're going to be continuing to, you're going to have to break that down, otherwise it will continue to radiate heat and potentially start more fires. And then this continues to build on from previous levels where you have the elevator, you're putting out fires and breaking down objects to rescue the victims and bring them to the rescue zone.
hey, you didn't burn yourself out. Who builds a house across the river? Genius move. Still burning though.
Level 4 was my absolute favorite. They do have this river that runs between two buildings and these logs, and you have to be able to transverse from one building to the other because there are victims in both. You will notice also that as you are going through each of the, where you're getting close to the fires, you'll notice a little thermometer, and what that is signifying how hot your firefighter is. And when it gets too much, what happens is your little guy goes poof and leaves behind their fireman's helmet. So it's possible that when you have a lot of firefighters that have gotten too hot and have all gone poof, that you're going to have a lot of helmets. This is a kind of a hilarious little aspect of it, notwithstanding that fires are very dangerous, but it does kind of show you how many fires that you've been trying to put out and how many firemen you've actually gone through. You don't necessarily lose the level to when you die, but you basically have to restart. Just a reminder that this game is about saving the victims, not necessarily putting out the fires. The fires are obstacles to reach the victims, not necessarily the end point of saving the building or putting out all the flames. If I can give any tip or hint for this level in particular, and all the levels, is focus on your priority, rescue the victims. The flames are secondary and only as far as what you need to do. Now, some of them, the flames will continue to go and they will reignite areas, but if you've already passed that area, you have to balance. Do you really need to focus on the fires, or can you get the victim get out and let the rest of the house burn?
won this round. All the victims are lost, but hey, you didn't drown crying. Who builds a house across the river? Genius move. Still learning though.
So having gone through that level once and actually failed, we went through it a second time and we had a discussion before of what were our goals, and we prioritized where we could go through and make sure that we knew exactly where we were going to go, and we could plan where we needed to do what we needed to do, specifically with focusing on fires in so much that we're able to get them out, rescue the victims, get through, cross over to the next building, and what we needed to get through on there.
Reavers won this round. All the victims are lost, but hey, you didn't drown crying.
Now there is a 5th level to this game, and unfortunately we encountered some bugs in it. Just as a reminder, this is only in playtest version, so bugs are to be expected. This is when the major bugs are identified and fixed. Although we thought about going back and trying to play it again at the time that we had finished, we really didn't have time to go back and do that because we only had so much time that we could play this. Thank you to my friends who helped me playing this game. This does really require a co-op. I'm hoping that it can be as a single player because I am more of a single player gamer. Currently, this game is a local co-op at the time we played this. There is an online multiplayer build release that is scheduled to go live on January 19th, 2026, although this video will not be releasing until February, with a playtest campaign starting on February 4th, 2026. So if you've liked this and enjoyed it, want to play it for yourself, then please go check that out. Link will be in the description. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching. Have an utterly fantastic day and see you next time.